and I can't feel my fingers. I haven't gone cold that quick all winter. I really wasn't expecting to see snow this morning. Hello everyone, I'm out on the Brecon Beacons again and I'm doing a mountain camp tonight. I'm heading up to Llia. It's just under a 4-kilometre walk from a car park where I've parked and a bit of a climb. It's meant to be raining today. In fact, it's meant to be hammering down, but we've got a bit of a dry patch. But I'm pretty sure that could all change soon. So I'm going to get going and I shall see you up on top. That was a good little walk. I enjoyed that climb. So I've pushed on 1 kilometre past Llia. I'm at an area called Brycheiniog. I've been here before walking. It's a cracking little spot. It's my first time to camp here. So in that direction, in the distance, is Brecon, and over there is Stormy Reservoir. So I'm going to look for somewhere to pitch a tent now. There's an area over there that looks pretty good. I'm hoping there's somewhere suitable to pitch. If it is, that will give me views of Brecon and views of Stormy Reservoir. Let's go and take a look. This looks like a nice little spot. Nice flat ground, nice and soft. Got a Stormy Reservoir there in the distance. And over there we've got views of Brecon. That's a tent set up, cracking little spot. I haven't had this tent long. I bought it earlier on this year. You may have seen on 1 or 2 of the camps. It's a Berghaus Cheviot 2. It's a 4-season tent. I only paid £100 for it. I'm not going to do any reviews on it just yet. I want to test it out in all sort of weather conditions first. So I've tested it out in the cold, done a mountain camp back in January, down to -5, and it was okay, nice and warm inside. Tested it out in the rain. We've had plenty of rain. Dealt with the rain okay. So I just need to test it out in the wind now. I should have taken it out last week. Last week's camp was meant to be fine. Took the MSR and it was the other way around. It had wind and rain all night. Today now it's meant to be rain and windy, and it's fine and dry at the moment. But it's meant to change in the early hours, so we'll see how we go tonight. boy. I was saying the weather might change in the early hours. I think it's going to change a little sooner than that. It's gone really cold and there's a rather ominous cloud heading in from the direction of Pendervan. The sky's turned black. I think it's time to get in the tent. Right, let's show you what goodies I got for tonight then. I've got curry and rice tonight. I was busy cooking this morning. I made a big pot of jalfrezi. All fresh ingredients, all from scratch. And in there, I've got some Bombay potatoes that I made. So I've just vacuum sealed them. I just boil them in water now to warm them up. And I've got a little boil in the bag rice. And a couple of little mini naan breads. And for dessert, in our little tub, I've got a carrot cake. And I've got a can of beer here somewhere. I haven't tried this one before. This is Buxton Brewery King Slayer Double IPA. And that is 8%. I've also got a little hip flask of Irish whiskey as well. Right, I'm going to get the stove on now because I'm quite peckish. Bob, do you want your sausage? And Toby's got a big bag of pork sausages. There you go, boy. Tuck in. I've got two stoves on the go tonight. I've got the curry and the Bombay potatoes heating up in there. And I've got the rice boiling away in there. To cook those vacuum sealed bags of the curry in, you don't need to fill this pot all the way with water. I've just filled it quarter of the way. Put the lid on. I put it on long before the rice and I'm just cooking it low and slow. Eventually it will all eat through. And I have learned not to cook those on a full flame. I was cooking one once, put it on a full flame, and it actually melted the bag, and all the food came out in the pot and the water. Absolute nightmare. And if ever you're sealing something like a curry, or something that's got liquid in there, what happens, the vacuum sealer sucks all the fluids through, and it goes into the machine, and it doesn't seal properly. So the best thing to do with something like a curry is to freeze it the night before, and seal it then when it's frozen in a block. And that way you won't get any of the fluids coming through into the machine. Just let those naans heat up. Tell you what I forgot tonight, my knife. What's that, buddy? Want more food? I think Toby wants more dinner. Want more dinner? Yeah, he wants more food. You'll have to bear with me a minute, boy. Come on, it's not that bad. You just had sausages. So that bad weather never came in after all. When I saw that sky turn black earlier, I thought it was going to turn bad. But I've had a look at the forecast, and apparently it's going to be coming in the early hours in the morning. And if the forecast is correct, it's going to be bad because some serious rain on the way. So somebody was asking in the comments on my last video, I believe it was Amanda, how I got into camping, how I found my passion for it. And I'll be honest, I think it's always been in my blood. ever since I was a kid, I always remember loving the outdoors. So I grew up in the valleys, surrounded by mountains. But I always remember doing my first camp when I was 14 years old, and getting in trouble here now because my mother watches these. But I told my mother a little porky. I told her I was staying around at a friend's house for the night, but I actually packed a little rucksack and I went camping in the woods on my own. So I didn't have a tent. I just had a sleeping bag, slept on the floor, a few bits and bobs and a torch. I remember having a large baked bean tin with a bit of wire on there and cooking my food over the fire with that. And I loved it. Snuck back in the morning, told my mum I'd been with my friends. So sorry, mum. But I remember then doing my first mountain camp. It wasn't quite a mountain, one of the large hills above Aberdare. I remember doing a camp up on there with Paul Lewis. And we got up to watch the sunrise in the morning. And I remember seeing my first ever cloud inversion, which was awesome. And I used to do basher camps all the time. They call it tarp camping these days. I've got a photo of me in the house. I'll have to put it on here. It was taken in 1988 when I was 15 years old. And it's of me hiking and camping in waterfall country. So don't ask me what I'm wearing. It was the 80s. But I've got one of the old rucksacks with the metal frames. And I'm wearing my grandfather's die cap. Some of you may recognise the backdrop. It's the old route down to Scoiderera. When I was 16 then, I joined the army, so that speaks for itself. I spent plenty of time in the outdoors then. 12 years ago then, I really got into hiking. I walked the Offa's Dyke. 8 years ago then, I walked Land's End of John O'Groats. I'd done the National Free Peaks on the way, so that was 1,500 miles, took me 3 months, and I camped a duration. Ever since then, I've just had the bug. I just love hiking and camping. It's good for the soul. So another 2 weeks now, and I'll be setting off on my next hike, which is right here in the Brecon Beacons. It's called the Beacons Way, and it's a 100-mile hike that covers the length of the national park. Really can't wait to get on that one. Looking forward to it. Time for a little treat now. Bit of cake and a glass of whiskey. I'm on the Irish tonight. Bushmills 10-year-old single malt. Cake and a whiskey, can't beat it. It's nice and smooth Irish whiskey. There's a few reasons for that, but one of the main reasons is Scotch whiskey is distilled twice, whereas this is distilled 3 times, and that extra distillation gives it an extra smoothness. It's really nice. The rain's starting to come in and the wind's starting to pick up. I got a feeling we may have a bumpy night now, but never mind, we're nice and snug in the tent. So I'm going to jump in the bed soon and I'm going to read my book. I've got The Beacon's Way by Peter Wilson. I've come outside for a walk around. It's not too bad. Bit of wind, bit of rain, but it's starting to pick up. I kind of hoping it does. It'd be nice to test the tent out. It's absolutely insane out there. I only went out for a pee. I was only out there 2 minutes and I can't feel my fingers. I haven't gone cold that quick all winter. Just took me about 2 minutes to open them hand warmers. I think I need a nice hot cup of coffee. Well, the tent held up anyway. Pretty bad out there. I feel my hands again now. I've had them in my pockets with the hand warmers. I can't believe how quick I got cold. That wind's insane. Wow. Come on, boy. You're not going out there. You really don't want to go out there, boy. Even though it's been blowing all night, I slept pretty good last night. I went to sleep after midnight and I woke up at 6. The wind woke me a few times, but I went straight back off. And I've got a new pillow. I bought the Thermarest compressible pillow and it's proper fabric. I think I made a big difference to my sleep last night. Much better than the inflatable. I think I'll be using that on all my camps now. I forgot to mention last night, I wanted to tell you, in my last video, I was telling you I'd lost all my watch hours. And I went into my analytics, the day after I posted the video, and I realised it was still there. So I had a look and I realised it resets every 28 days. So long story short, it's me being a div and not understanding the analytics. But it's all still there anyway, so happy days. It's getting worse out there. Sounds mental. Trying to finish my coffee now and start packing up. This should be fun. I really wasn't expecting to see snow when I got out of that tent then. Awesome. Well, I didn't see that coming. I really wasn't expecting to see snow this morning. It went from torrential rain to snow within minutes. That's how quick the weather could change in the Brecon Beacons. But I'd much prefer this to the rain. It's going to be easier to pack up. Toby's outside loving it. He loves the snow. Well, that was a good end of the camp. I've been saying all winter I want to camp out in the snow, and I finally got it. But it just goes to show you shouldn't go ill prepared in the mountains. When I checked the forecast yesterday, I wasn't expecting it to be that cold, and I was only expecting rain, but I still packed all my cold weather gear. And to be honest, if I didn't have it on right now, I'd be absolutely frozen. So I'm going to get this walk done back to the car now. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Catch you on the next one.